The first messengers have rolled into camp. They're reporting few casualties. We've struck a mighty blow against the forces of Mordor aligned against us. Let it be so, and not fools' idle chatter. Haggadorn, what news?
They say we've won a monumental victory! You'll not be needing all that Athelis you've been grinding, my friend. Few need healing on this day. And more's the wonder. They say the Golden King has brought back a prize. Sauron himself, wearing the heavy chains. Lovely, dear. The dwarves made this.
You've been drinking. You smell like a mule who's gotten into the rock garden.
It's a fine anniversary present. And look at the craftsmanship.
Our anniversary was last week.
It was brought in from the sea.
You mean you won this at the tavern? My husband. Get in the house.
Finished. A true masterwork. What a fine carving. The front, I etched us killing this here Mumak. And the back, our next prize, the mighty Graug. A beast like that is a hunter's legacy.
Show me the carving.
Isn't it magnificent? Such detail. Look at me striking the mighty beast. Blood everywhere.
And why am I etched running away from the Mumak in terror?
Artistic license, Brother Torvin. If you want to be the hero, I suggest next time you make the carving. Careful with the pouch, Torvin. It almost went in the fire.
Ah, that old thing. Time to get rid of that rag. It barely keeps the pipeweed dry.
It is a rag, brother. And I'll keep this souvenir from our first hunt till it turns to dust. Remember us tracking that great spider through Mirkwood nearly 60 years ago? Then drawing her out using live bait?
Yes, but why do I always have to be the bait?
You have a quality. You make things want to kill you. It's a gift, really. But Torvin, this was your first kill. Ours together is what made you a hunter. And I'll treasure it always, brother.
Brother, where are you? Bloody Graug knocked me senseless. And, Brother? My Durin's beard, no. No, this shouldn't be. This is my fault. I should have been more prepared. I should have listened to you. I should have been a better hunter. Ah! Graug in your name. I will be the hunter you always wanted me to be.
Keep sharpening. You've got to hone your axe until its edge can split one of your beard hairs in two.
Oh, it's sharp enough to kill a Graug. Now pass me the pipe.
Sharp enough ain't what the hunt's about, little brother. You've got to learn to respect the hunt. A keen blade for a clean kill. Without respect for the beast, we're no better than the orcs. Now, let's give her a taste.
But Durin, give a dwarf fair warning when you yank hairs from his beard.
Look at this, Torvin. Split the hair in two. there's hope for you yet.
Black Captains and Urukai. Damned if I can't tell who's worse. Who are we working for these fools in the first place? We should be in charge. Come on. Don't you want to crack the whip instead of having it cracked over you?
You'll be the death of us talking like that.
Here now. Think I'm talking about talk? I'm talking about
Less whining, more mining.
Here's the first throat I'll cut.
By the white waters of the river Unween, by the colors so many they burn bright, may none now look to Marwen, to my gift of second sight. May the elements of earth, fire, air form gateway to worlds unseen. Spirits of Valinor, hear my prayer, and grant great power new to the shore's queen. Collapses upon us. The Tower of Nightmare builds in Nornen. The Nameless One returns.
Mother, take this.
Thank you, my child.
These visions corrode you. And what medicine we still have is fast done away.
My visions are the hope of Nornen. If I must sacrifice myself for my people, so be it.
What happened in the Grey Mountains, Mother?
What happened, Lithariel? I left with the strength we need.
Who's this now? Some unhappy bandit named Forloon or Gorfab or something. He was screaming for his wife. The boys laid into him a bit. More than a bit. He dead? Nah. The boys know the big man powerful living and wants to earn. His sack of dog might know where his thief pals are hiding. Strip him down. Take the ring too, and give it to the boss. He likes that stuff. When he wakes up.
By that time, we'd grown used to seeing them. But the shorter one had grown cold, distant. He could read the leaves, the lines in a man's hand, the bumps on his head. He could see, you know? And I guess it got to him. The knowing. They'd go off together, and you could tell when they met up with the orcs. The sky would darken, and there would be hail, or rain, or winds that shook the trees. And then, sure enough, everything would clear. They never spoke about any of that, although we'd always want to know. Best not, they'd say. The two left without saying a word. Only it was funny lying, because the shorter fellow left behind all his maps and the odd little board he used to see into the future. Traveling light, maybe. Or maybe... I don't know. Maybe he thought he'd have no more use for it. Funny thing that. They told us their names plenty of times, but we all forgot. to a man. We forgot. It was like they didn't want us remembering. After a while, they were just the two Istari. And sometimes, the big one and the little one. Can't say how I can't remember. I remember the bigger one telling us stories of a goblin city. Of a man who could turn himself into a bear. Of the time when... well, I guess it didn't matter too much to him that some of his stories needed some cleaning up, or would scare a dead man out of his grave. When the bigger one left, he took his cane, but he left a walking stick behind, with all these little notches cut into it. He was keeping track of something for sure.
It's good. A coin of the realm.
Sure, but it's the coin of Gondor's realm.
If you don't want it.
I didn't say that, Captain. But how about a few less of these and a little more of that elvish cloth you brought over from Eregia?
I think we can do that.
You've been recalled?
Aye, to Osgiliath. They're burning the bodies there.
It's that bad.
It's worse. We've abandoned Duathane, either to the orcs or the outcasts. I can't imagine which is worse. We're thin on the ground here.
2 regiments worth called back home. Maybe a dozen more down with the sweats.
Maybe even more than that. And I don't think we can hide it anymore, no matter how they change up the patrols. The orcs may have already smelled it out, too. They're getting uppity in Mordor. Here, look at this.
That's quite a blade. Where'd you get it?
Off an orc scout. I expect he won't need it anymore. You keep it.
The orcs are making things mighty difficult. This might be my last one in a long while.
My wife and I, we need to be elsewhere.
The lockbox. Open it. Now.
Why?
These are hard times. And I need to know you can pay. Up front. Well now, that's hardly enough for both.
We've always... That's all I have. Please, my wife.
Should have saved more. Now, room for one on the boat. You decide.
All right. Hold still. I'm afraid to say it's going to... It's going to hurt. I've done all I can. We've called for one of your people, but I don't... In the meantime, why don't you tell me about that? The medallion you're holding.
You just want to distract me. Very well. These are the 2 trees of Valinor. A symbol of the endless cycle. Life, death, and rebirth. Come closer, and I will tell you their tale. We must... I feel we must distract ourselves from the grim happenings of this day. Please, my wife!
Yes, the Uruk have told me you to go on about her. Tell us what we need to know. Where are the bandits? Where are your friends?
I need to see her. I need...
Yes, your wife. Again. It has been a long time. And while the physical pain of your torture will pass, you will always hurt inside. The loss is
is like a gaping wound. You have suffered quite enough torment, and it is time for your misery to end. Your wife is waiting.
Damn you. They're in the woods. The hidden woods.
Take him away.
But you said...
Yes, our promise. You will be reunited with your wife, now long dead. No, you have betrayed your friends and doomed yourself over a distant memory, a phantom. And when you are reunited with your wife, know that we will also carry your skull as a trifle, and a reminder that our will is irresistible. Now go. Your wife awaits.
They got the whole raiding party and ate the flag. See the webs? It's spiders. Filthy creatures. Likely coming up from the valley down south. We should clear it out. You should shut your big yap. Don't nobody come back from that place. Wonder if they're working for Sheila. Sardon used to feed her, and I guess she don't remember whose pet she is. It might be time for a reminder. It's never good news. Yeah, I saw to it he didn't. All right, you stinking lot. Shut your goals. Shut it! That's some terrible news here. Terrible. Once again, the filthy humans sided with the dwarves, who had help from those sanctimonious bastards, the elves, who were rescued by, and I am not making this up, the damn giant eagles to slaughter thousands of our brethren in what we should all be calling the battle to unfairly gang up on the orcs. Our lands get invaded, our chieftains killed, and our people murdered. Where does it end? I tell you it ends here, and it ends right now. They can't stop the march of progress. They can't stop us!
See, there were two of them, and they both came in from the road with a hard look in their eyes, as if they traveled too far and seen too much. They were wizards, true, both of them caked in dust. And when one would talk, he'd stop to think, and there'd be the other to finish right up. Like they had one brain and two mouths. It was creepy for sure, but neither seemed to notice. I heard them say they were hunting in the darkness. And if I know if they found it. But I guess those fellows can find trouble when they're looking for it.
I speak with the mouth of Sauron, the second Dark Lord of this Middle Earth. Our will is his will. Mordor is ours, and fairly won. You will take this message from Sauron back to your Spider Queen Shelob, the last daughter of Ungoliant. Your eggs will not be allowed to hatch in Mordor. Your children will no longer prey on the Morgul flies. You will depart this realm, abandon your nests in Nan Ungol. You have grown fat on our generosity. We have fed you as we would a pet, allowed you to run unfettered. This ends now. Our union, as it was, has ended. Our will is irresistible. We have spoken.
His wound was too great. I had thought...
You stayed with him. It is enough.
Here. He'd probably want you to have it. It's broken, but...
No, human. You keep it. These are ancient things, those trees. We watch them wither and die with the cold, but always they return. We see strength in their roots, and hope as they stretch into the light. Let this token remind you of the elf you tried to save, of the bond between your people and mine.
Here, take this. I want someone watching over Queen Marwen at all times. I'm afraid she may do harm to herself. Now go. Mother, what is happening to you? Is this gift worth the price you are paying?
The end of darkness is worth whatever price. Such is the spirit of Nurnan Netharia.
Nurnan needs you, Mother. These visions do not bring us enough benefit to befit your loss.
But they do, my child. I have seen a vision of the Ringmaker, Celebrimbor himself. It is through him alone that Nurnan may be saved.